Hey guys, I wanted to do a follow-up video on NAT, which is a tanker ship company. There's a lot of excitement when they were going up a lot. I did a video on this around May 6th, right here, as it was not quite the full down candle like this, but if you want to check that out for context, but I explained at the time that I didn't think it was a good time to buy because of this down slope. So I thought I would just do a little bit of an update. If you want to find out like what I was saying about this uptrend and all this spiking parabolic move, then you can check that video, and I'll put a link in the description. I'm using TC2000 here. It's a great program. If you want to get a discount, $25 off, and you can try it out, I'll put a link in the description. And I've done a lot of videos on this software. So what I like to do is find things that are in an uptrend. I like, even an up curve like this is good to a point, as long as it doesn't get crazy. But yeah, like a positive upswing like this, And once you start going parabolic, you can switch to a shorter time frame and try to get closer to the peak, because it's going to come back down, especially when you're far away like this from the moving averages. So you don't want to be the one holding the bag on the way down and just hoping. That's a lot of people do. They buy and they hope and they're holding, and it's just kind of painful. So anyway, on May 6th, right around here, because I saw this downtrend, so there's a few different ways, you can sort of think about it. One is to draw a trend line. So like on May 6th around here, I could have went like this, let's say, and I would not want to buy this until I started seeing more of an uptrend. An uptrend, technically requires higher lows and higher highs. You probably want to see not just a break of the trend like that, but to start to see another higher low. So like say it came back up from here, it came down a bit and started going back up, you'd have another low there. So this would have been, say, a low, like right here. You could say that's a low, and then you'd want to see it come up, down, and back up again. So that would kind of confirm a new higher low. But anyway, so that's kind of a trend thing. You can see it sort of has broken the initial trend to some extent, and then it's a bit flat. But it's still kind of going down. It's at 492. So when I did the video, it was 530-ish. So another way to look at it is to look at moving averages. Now, what I have on the chart here is an 8 moving average, 8 exponential, and then a 3 exponential. And what you'll notice is like when it's going up, obviously the 2 moving averages are positive and they're sloping up. The 3 is above the 8. And when the 3 gets pretty far away from the 8, you have to watch and see that it's going to pull back. But once you have a couple things here, the down sloping moving averages, the 3 and the 8, you also have the 3 cross down below the 8, which is a bad sign, generally speaking. So when I did the video, it was around here on May 6th. Once you see the price go down below and close below the 8, I would definitely get out. So if it opened down here, I might have probably gotten out like right away. But you never know what's going to happen at the end of the day. But I wouldn't have been holding this, because up here you see a gap down. So like let's say you held it through this and it came way down here. At the end of the day, you have this shooting star, pretty negative reversal sign. Then it gaps down like this. So even though you want to wait generally till it gets below the 8 EMA before you sell, like a close below, which is, this was pretty close. It opened and it went up right on the 8 EMA. But when you see a gap down like that, you could probably get out. You can always buy back in if things reverse. But so this kind of confirms what I said in the last video. You never know what's going to happen from day to day. If things would have turned around, I could change my mind, see an upslope and above the 8 EMA and stuff like that. But it's still continuing. These are really small kind of candles like dojis, and so not much is going on. But you know, you'd want to wait to see this turnaround, 3 above the 8, up sloping, moving averages, and potentially higher lows to confirm an uptrend. So just wanted to do a little follow-up that this is still kind of in the down trend, to show that what I was saying still kind of confirmed. And of course, like at any time this information changes, you could change your approach. If you want to look at a couple of other indicators, there's stochastics. They kind of indicate like if prices are closing at the low end of the range. So you have a crossover here, and you have a down slope, and it's kind of flat now, and it's in this what they call oversold area. It's at like 6. So there's always potential that this turns around, but doesn't mean just because it gets down here it's a buy or anything. But it shows you that the whole time it's been going down. Now you have this flat period. The other thing is this kind of a MACD, price percent oscillator. So MACD crossed a bit late here. You can see it started sloping down at the peak, and it still crossed over, and then now it's sloping down. So this is a downward momentum. You also have this derivative oscillator. These are histograms like bars, and they've been going down, and they're slightly improving still down, but so this is generally a fairly negative chart, but I mean it's like flat pretty much right now. So just wanted to give some thoughts on NAT, a follow-up, and to show you that it's still kind of in a downward trajectory, and confirming what I kind of said in the last video. So hope it helps, and helps you guys learn and sort of see how I'm approaching things. Talk to you guys later.